Welcome and hello. This is Transparency Talk, and I'm Christina. And today's guest is DeDe McGuire with DeDe in the Morning, K104. Thank you. We finally were able to do this.
I know it.
I know it's been a long journey.
Yep.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
What do you do for self-care?
Gosh, what I do for self-care is on the weekends, normally turn my phone off, watch TV, curl up in bed while the husband goes off and plays golf, and then I get a chance to just chill with just me, right? And I can do whatever I want, watch what I want, go in there and make my coffee, take a long hot shower. Like, the weekends are for me and my self-care when the husband goes off and plays golf.
So you're a Netflix and chill girl when you watch TV?
Yes, I'm a TV, read. I'm a reading. Oh my gosh, books are my thing. Love it.
Who's your favorite author?
Gosh, I don't know if I have necessarily a favorite author. I'm a big fan of self-help books. Florence Scovel Shinn has a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. I tell everybody that's great. Napoleon Hill has some really great books on finances that I've been reading. The Spook Who Sat by the Door. I'm gonna be honest with you. If y'all pay attention to Nipsey Hussle, his reading list before he passed away, he told everybody what he was reading. Read a lot. I'm reading a lot of things that he had talked about. I got a lot of those books at the house. Yeah.
Give me a nugget. Either your grandmother told you, your mother, or even you as a woman that you live by every day, that you tell yourself every single day that helps you stay encouraged.
I think my biggest one has always been, there's two. Never be afraid of failure. Yeah, never be afraid to fail. If you're afraid of failure, you'll never succeed. Never.
And the other one?
Okay. And the other one is well-behaved women rarely make history.
Like Marilyn Monroe.
Well-behaved women rarely make history.
So people know that you're on K104, that you're DeDe, and I do listen to the show.
Thank you.
You and Lady Jade, and I listen every single morning when I take my kids to school. When you're in entertainment and you're on the radio, everybody expects it to be you.
Yeah.
But what do you like to do when you're not on the radio? Like, not self-care, but like, are you a heel girl? Are you a fashion girl? Like, what do you like to do?
I do love fashion. I love shopping. Let me put it this way. I love cheap fashion. I do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that, if you have style is not about money and name brand. And we get confused a lot about name brands and put our money and value in somebody else's name. And I think that true style means you can go into Forever 21, you can go into The Gap and into Ross and put something together. That's my goal. I love getting dressed and everybody go, that's so nice. I'd be like $40. Love that.
I saw that dress.
$40?
Yeah, $40. What do you like to travel?
Lately, after COVID, I have been really, really into going to really interesting hotels that are in the United States. Because during the whole lockdown, I think that nobody could fly anywhere. And I think we had to be creative with our social distancing. We had to be creative where we were going to vacation. And so I started finding really cool hotels in the United States and certainly in Texas, right? So I went and did the Bubble Hotel in Terlingua, Texas. It's a bubble that you go in and you stay in. I ended up I had never been in a covered wagon, and my husband and I went and stayed the night in a covered wagon. We ended up in Mexico, and this trip was less than like $500, swear to God. We ended up flying into Mexico City, stayed in a small hotel, and then went to this thing called, what is it called? It's these hot springs on the side of a mountain that only cost $50 to get in.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it was like,
let me find out.
I like being on a field trip. I tell people, as a kid, you tell me I'm going on a field trip, I lose my mind.
Field trip Friday.
I love field trips. So I'm always looking for really cool, interesting things. We stayed in a nest. I've stayed, that's my thing, is to find cool places in the United States.
Who inspires you?
My mama. My mama.
And why?
Because when I think about all the adversity that she faced, and facing it as a woman of color, a minority back in those days and those times. And she was a young woman who had children at the age of 16, her first child. So she dropped out of high school. She had 5 kids by the time she was like 20-something years old. And a single mother by the time she was 28 with 5 kids. she kept going. Like, she went back to school. She got her real estate license. She never gave up. And she withstood her husband dying at a young age. You know, again, 5 kids, domestic violence, you know, all of this. And to this day, when you talk to my mama, you'll be like, that's the funniest, most fun, loving life woman that you'll meet. And you go, you were able to keep that going through all of this? You my girl. I'll be like, you my girl, mama. That's my inspiration.
So, what scares you? Or who scares you?
Who scares me? No one scares me. God scares me.
Have faith.
God scares me. His power.
Shifted.
Yeah, his power. And what he can do. When he get mad at you.
Now I know you're in entertainment, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Because I ask this question and people are like, oh, man. I know you're on the radio. You got to be, you know. I need at least 3 top, either DJs or R&B or rap artists. Who you think like, oh, whether it's Drake or Jay-Z, who are your top 3?
Drake, Jay-Z, Wale.
Really?
I think Wale is so slept on. I'm a fan. I every song that he puts out, and it's the way he raps, and it's so effortless that we're not paying attention to how good he is, the inflection he puts in, the words he's saying. We're not paying attention to Wale, to me, and it's so, because he sounds like he's talking, that to me tells me you're that good. It's that effortless. It's like he's talking to me. I swear, I love him.
So one last question. Give me a nugget that when you wake up in the morning or throughout your day, even if you're having a long day or you're upset, something that centers you, that you can tell anybody in the world that this is what they need to do, or maybe kind of be centered to.
What centers me? What centers me, or really what humbles me every single day, is when I walk out of my house, and it's a beautiful, we locked up, my husband and I, when I walk out of this beautiful house, and I jump into my car, and I walk into that radio station, and I think to myself, I'm a girl who didn't finish college. I'm a girl who is the product of a 16-year-old woman who started having kids. I'm the product of a man that had no education, who worked on the docks. I'm a product of an African-American history and lineage of people who persevered and who had, man, you gotta go. I can't stop today. They didn't. And they faced way worse than what I did. So let me get my black butt up and get up and go to the job.
Every single day. Every single
You
day.
be like, I'm blessed. The blessings will get you up. Hey, them blessings, you look around and be like, I'm blessed. Let me get up and go get this job that a lot of people wish they could have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm blessed.
DeDe McGuire, stay tuned.